Ron and Fez on Raw Dog, Sirius XM Comedy Hits, Channel 99.
It's the Ron and Fez Show. And our phone number is 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. We are the Ron and Fez Show. Shelby, you always look like shit on a daily basis these days. What's wrong with you? Sick?
I think it's just that I'm not getting enough sleep, really. I've got to be honest.
You want me to come over and rock you to sleep every night? When I can't make it, I'll send Chris over, and some nights Fez.
Just send Chris over every time.
Oh, you're worried about Fez?
This is weird.
Chris is the one we have to worry about touching children.
Why is this getting passed around on the show every goddamn day now?
He has a cradling embrace.
Now, Chris, let's not make this about you. It's about Shelby. Are you afraid of your new apartment? Is it scary there?
It's not, like, scary. Well, like, the other night it was about 2 a.m., and I'm trying to get to sleep. And I hear the very familiar, you can't mistake it, people fucking. And it sounded like more than one person, at least 3, maybe 4. And it's like really loud. Like this girl's loving it.
Have you seen her before?
Yeah, I think I've seen her before. I mean, she's okay looking, but the sound of it was really hot.
But she sounds like she can really have sex.
I've heard, they're obviously play it up if you're watching a porno. This sounded like those people would tell her to tone it down a bit. Like,
I'm going to say something right now.
Yeah.
I think audio, hearing people have sex, is much sexier than seeing them have sex.
Hold on a minute. What is that?
I would go so far as this. All porns should just be CDs. They should not be DVDs. They should just be audio. Because then your mind can go, and you can imagine it to be much more enjoyable, and you're not looking at a guy's balls flopping back and forth.
Yeah.
You, my friend, and you get to see this girl in the laundry room. So your life should be fucking gold right now.
I wish there was a laundry room. I have to walk a couple of blocks.
Oh, you're one of those guys? See, that's enough to keep me out of any building. I'm not going to be walking down the street with a fucking bag like an idiot.
And it sounded hot, but then after like 15 minutes, she was like still going. And I was like, it got to be at the point where it's like I wanted to go up there, not even to join in, but just to see what kind of machine do they have right here?
All right, this is the thing. Here's what happened to you, Shelby. A, you lost any enjoyment factor once you busted that little nut of yours. B, fucking for 15 minutes is not exactly stud stuff.
Marathon session, Ron.
She was at peak. I swear she had to been orgasming for 15 minutes.
Dude, you got to get us pictures of this girl. I'm not saying you have to get pictures of nude. I just wanted to see what she looks like walking around the building.
I wouldn't call it a building if there's 2 floors.
What
really.
a squash. She's 2 floors up and you're still hearing it?
There's only 2 floors in the building.
Oh.
It's not like taking an elevator anywhere, but I think she has dyed hair,
Hot.
but
Hot.
Like I said, audio's a little better.
Right.
It sounded like he had to have some contraption, maybe on a pogo stick, working that.
Did you bust a nut listening?
No, I was just lying there.
See, I don't believe that at all.
He's lying.
No nuts are busted.
He's weird about sex stuff.
The nuts were enclosed the entire time.
Can you tell if it's sounds like the same guy every time, or is she just running a parade through there?
For all I know, there have been 3 chicks. I didn't hear a guy moaning at all.
Now, that's even hotter. I will say this. Once I was crashed out in a comedy condo and heard woke up to hear a very famous fucking comedian railing the hostess of the fucking club. And it cracked me up. And now, of course, that memory is even, better Shelby, this is not for public use, because I'm just going to put it out for you right now to let you know the legendary factor of that fuck thing. I think that you're taking... Here's what I'm thinking you're doing. You're taking lemonades and making it into lemon. You're in a great situation, and you're bitching about it, and this is why I'm giving you the nickname Little Fez Jr. You are finding a way to make everything shitty.
There's too many people fucking around me.
That's a pretty good impression of you. That's a pretty goddamn good impression of you.
Look, there's some old broad lives next to me. Hates my cigarette smoke. She's an older woman. She has gray hair. Has a new young dude with her every time I see her. Like a young guy, like lower 20s. I love it when I hear her bang. I think it's hysterical.
See,
I'm like, good for you, old broad. You're catching some.
You are so old-time New York that you should have like 5-6 locks on your door. You remember those movies where you see people like locking everything they possibly could?
Oh, hell yeah.
It's not like that anymore. I kind of wish it was.
Okay, I'm coming. Clank, clank, ching, 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 unlock, hinge.
And there would be that big bar, that fucking famous bar that everyone would have there.
Make sure you get that deadbolt on.
Have you ever heard people like doing it and it was not like, that sounded really unimpressive? Like, come on, the guy's, I could hear him starting and stopping every 10 seconds.
Yeah, it was Fez's folks. I think you're demonstrating an ability just to find something shitty. I think it also comes back to this. You don't like that apartment. You feel you made a mistake. When you moved into that apartment, you did it because you just want to get out of your last place. You got to get your ass to Brooklyn.
I'm looking into Brooklyn right now.
Where's Kokomo Joe? Kokomo Joe always tells me, can I come in and do things with you? He actually said like to me, he goes like this, I'm headlining Gotham, right? He tells me he's headlining Gotham, and I go like this, you're not headlining the Gotham Comedy Club. I know you're not. And then he says this to me, because they send us things. And if it said an ex-intern was on it, I'd be fucking going, oh my God. He goes, well, I am headlining Under Gotham. I go, what is Under Gotham?
Yeah, they got a little room.
They got a little room downstairs. I go, then stop telling me what you're headlining. So I said, you can come in and promote anytime. Oh, I'd love to come in and hang with you guys. And then I never see him. But you should be hanging with him and becoming friends with his shitty hip friends. I don't want you to be Lonely Boy anymore.
Every weekend that kid's out, and I fucking run into him. He's like, "Oh, I got so messed up," or at some bar.
Yeah. Oh, I'm with these hot chicks.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's not as cool as Shelby, but here's your thing, Shelby.
Yeah.
You're becoming Little Fez Jr. You're isolating yourself and bitching about your life.
This is a problem. Get down a rabbit hole here.
Yeah. Next thing I know, you're going to be blowing softly into a fucking harmonica out of 5. I thought I was going to hear the harmonica then. I guess that's already over. Hicks, when you hear people bitch the way he does, can you believe it?
He's what, 23 years old?
23 years young.
Yeah, young.
Got a beautiful place in Queens.
Not beautiful.
Oh, no.
Remember when you told us he was getting a fucking place with a 2-car garage?
Fireplace.
Yeah, fireplace. He was going to have balcony views of both rivers and downtown.
What he needs to do, and he's not going to listen to me, but I'm going to tell him what he needs to fucking do. Find a fucking loft in Bushwick with 5 other people that are all fucking sharing it for fucking $500-600 a month and move in there. And
right.
There, you have a social life now, and you live in a cheaper place. They're done.
Done. Over. And then with me, he's like, oh, I could have got that apartment, but they were going to raise the rent in 6 months. I go, that'd have been 6 fucking months.
Balling.
Living fly, pissing off the fucking balcony, having some fucking fun. And he goes like this, oh, I didn't even think of that. Stop trying to act like you want to put your roots down. You're young.
That black family screwed him over. Or he screwed them over, rather.
Lord knows what happened out there. Some kind of penthouse forum bullshit. Fucking black on white. Or white on black. I don't know.
Let's just turn the mics off, say what we really need to say here.
What is it? Is there something you're not telling us?
No, just maybe drop a few M-bombs. Who knows? Get
You know
crazy.
that I don't like that kind of racism. My best friend is black. His name is Earl Douglas.
Sounds great.
And he told me the other day that he can lift over 160 pounds.
Wow.
Just not all at the same time.
Oh.
He could do 20 pounds 8 times. Is that good?
You know, he's putting himself out there.
Yeah, he is.
I don't think I could do that.
He was telling me the other day that filtered excellence is his favorite thing in the whole world. And I go, you, who've never even attempted good, you know what I mean, are all about excellence in what you demand in your entertainment.
That Earl Douglas is an odd duck. He isn't tied into reality.
I've noticed that the biggest sports fans are the least competitive with their own work. You know what I mean? Like, if you're the type of person, if you're a Yankees fan and you demand the World Series every year, and if you don't win a World Series, you want a coach fired, you want a pitcher traded. If you're that kind of fan, you probably suck at your own job. You're not competitive at all and don't demand anything in your own work.
You're most likely unemployed.
And I actually think that wrestling fans just demand, like, it's almost like a fantasy life. Like, here is sports if we could just fantasize about them rather than watch them.
One of
Well,
them,
you'll know your favorite will eventually win. Not every week, but eventually your guy will get over.
Who's your guy?
Well, the Daniel Bryan saga.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Daniel Bryan, he's...
That's not a good wrestling name.
They don't have
They
like,
don't do that anymore. They have wrestling names that are just like almost impossible to announce. Everyone's using their real name.
Chris Mitchell.
That's
Great.
crazy.
Even that's too good to what they have now.
All right, give me the Daniel Bryan saga.
Daniel Bryan has been put down by the man, by the WWE and the Authority, which is Triple H and Stephanie McMahon and Vince before them. And he has been for well over, I would say 8 months, trying to get his fair shake at the WWE World Championship. So that's supposed to happen at WrestleMania.
Right, so
And-
what are you telling us about him?
No, I'm telling you that eventually, Daniel Bryan fans have been through this for 8-9 months. WrestleMania should be the time when they finally get their sports fantasy to come true.
So he's your man right now.
Yeah, I love Daniel. I think he's really good for the sport.
Looks
What
homeless.
does he do?
Cuts great promos.
Did you say
got
he
great
looks
moves.
harmless?
Yeah.
That's fucking hysterical. That's going for the joke. He looks harmless.
No, I said he does look harmless as for a wrestler and a homeless.
Well, here's what I would say. I think that he did that fucking movie, and now it's a Broadway play of the Irish guy just
Once?
singing. What is it?
Once?
Yeah, he looks like the guy from Once.
Or like just a not fat guy that they pulled out of the crowd. Like he works outside, you know,
Yeah.
he's in shape, but you know, he doesn't need to take care of himself hygiene wise.
I was watching North Dallas 40 the other day, right? And there was no football player in that had any tone to them at all. Everybody, and really back in the 70s, you weren't overly ripped. There was some big guys, you know, but they weren't overly ripped.
You just were either tall and big or maybe short and big, but not. You haven't worked out.
No, you haven't worked out. They would literally spend more time drinking and eating bad food.
That was the workout.
Than they did working out. And they would actually show guys at practice dogging it. Like, really not trying too hard. Like, I don't know if I even care that we're playing Chicago.
So the guys in the steel curtain didn't have a team nutritionist.
No, they didn't. Every once in a while, they would throw around the medicine ball, and then they would have a fucking contest to see who could eat the biggest piece of fucking steak.
I'm eating more kale.
No, they didn't even have kale when there was. Kale was only a couple years old. I don't know where it's been. And it went from I never heard of it till I heard of it constantly.
Kale chips are so hot right now.
Now, I just saw a thing the other day. They said how kale can kill you.
course it can.
It's a fucking
the
cancer
secret
call.
killer.
Yeah, it is. It's a secret killer. You're correct about that, Fez. Kale kills people.
They also the old football players, they would have to go get regular jobs during the off season.
Pete Rose actually had a job in the off season until like the 1970s. Fucking showboating Pete Rose. He's rookie of the year, an all-star, and like it was like, okay, it's October, time for me to start selling cars until March when I head down. And he would actually walk around and go like, you know, a lot of, I think it would be good to work here. Well, Pete, we're looking for somebody full time. I understand, but you know how a lot of people like baseball? Well, maybe they'll come by here, see a baseball player and get caught up in it and selling cars. Well, that's interesting, Rose. Let's take a look at this idea. Could you imagine now if every time you want to go out and get a fucking SUV, you would swing by and see what A-Rod had to say about it?
We hear Jeter's tending bar downtown. Let's go down there.
Oh, I'll tell you a lot of those guys would tend bar too.
Yeah, that's why they call them the Packers, because they were like meat packers.
Well, in those days, I mean, the Packers got their name from the 20s or 30s when it was basically like, hey, you know what? It's hard here at the factory, but if you ever got any free time, you know, we're talking about starting a football team.
Oh, what?
Some of us play. At that point, it was almost like a law firm who had an after-work fucking softball team. And then one day you go like this, we're getting pretty good. Maybe if we get rid of the girls, we can move into the National League. I hate any fucking team that isn't a reflection, the team name that isn't a reflection of what actually happens in that city.
Oh, you're not a fan of the Utah Jazz then.
Thank you. Thank you. Change the name when you move there.
Couldn't be more opposite.
It's the craziest name ever.
Yeah. They were in New Orleans and they took a hike, but, you know, probably should have named them the Lakers, maybe. They got the Salt Lakes. Take the Lakers when they moved to L.A., give them a different name.
No, it's true. Lakers, they were a Minneapolis team. So they were named after the, what do they call it, the 1,000 Lakes or
10,000.
10,000 Lakes, whatever. That made a little sense. Then they moved out to L.A. and just kept it as the Lakers. Why? Is that because you guys have a lot of lakes around here? No. But some other place did. So that's why we keep it.
They don't like take into consideration like good names either, like the New Orleans Pelicans. It's nonsense.
It is nuts. And I can never remember it. And I'll be watching ESPN and I'll be like, the Pelicans were up, and I'm like, Pelicans? Is that even a fucking team?
That's why I never liked the Raptors. Fucking, it's not. What does dinosaurs have to do with
I
anything?
think they started
like Jurassic Park days.
So it's like that's like the Mighty Ducks then.
Like
Yeah.
What the fuck? No, it's not the same as Mighty Ducks, because Mighty Ducks actually was a movie tie-in. You know, where the Raptors, they're just like, hey, kids seem to like this fucking movie. Let's just steal it. But today, they'd be like the Toronto Sharknadoes.
And that was during the 90s when jerseys were just really tacky and they just tried to fit as much on as they could, so they had a little dinosaur on the jersey.
I don't consider anything tackier than what the fucking Bucks are doing with those jerseys. That's the end of the line, in my opinion.
I don't understand the Bucks, how they have any fans, because they're not going to win. They're never going to win a championship.
They won in 2002, that season.
Milwaukee?
What year is this?
Well, this is 12 years later.
Milwaukee did not win in 2000.
We were talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and their new uniforms.
No, we were talking about the Milwaukee Bucks in their new uniforms.
They have new uniforms?
Milwaukee Bucks. Like Antler Bucks.
Bucks. Bucks.
I only hear one Bucks in my head.
The animal.
Lou Alcindor played for the Milwaukee Bucks.
But now, like, if you could go to any team, who's going to Milwaukee? if you could pick any team, like an all-star, he's a free agent of all these teams, I'm gonna go to Milwaukee.
Can you imagine if you found out you were traded there? You're like, do those people even like basketball?
Guess I'm going to become an alcoholic.
I mean, I guess if you lived in Wisconsin, then you're a fan, but there's no reason you should be a Bucks fan living outside of Wisconsin.
Wow, you're
Fucking
rough
harsh.
on your town.
Fucking Bucks.
How do you feel about the Brewers?
Hate them.
Look, you're not that far from Chicago when you're there.
You
Like,
must
you could
hate
be-
Laverne and Shirley reruns.
That's before his time.
That's why I threw out reruns. Because they were on all the time.
No, she had that. What? She had that L that she put on her clothes, or is that somebody else?
No, that was Laverne.
Score one for Shelbs there.
Why?
Getting L's right.
Your whole life is L's. Not many W's, but a lot of L's.
Yeah, L, living it up.
The new NBA commissioner was saying that it's only a matter of time before NBA jerseys are all sponsorships, like soccer teams in Europe.
Why?
He says we're just the money's going to be needed. It's just going to be
The money's going to be needed.
inevitable.
You're paying guys fucking $28 million a year. No one said you had to do that.
I think the WNBA is already doing that, and that still doesn't seem like enough. Like, I don't understand how they have a TV deal even.
It's as popular as girls basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at any high school, it's the same way. Girls team is playing. You sure you guys don't want to come see? No. I'll turn on a game. If I'm watching one, I'll end up watching it. But I never think, oh, I got to watch. It's the Liberty playing tonight.
It's a good layup. Solid layup.
You're a ball buster. You're more of a basketball fan than anybody here, though, right?
Yeah.
You and Norris are our biggest basketball fans.
Well,
You both slept with quite a few basketball players.
I'd put up some numbers with some players, sure.
I feel like he was gay, and a basketball player did bang him. He'd kill him. A basketball player would destroy Shelby. His body would be ripped apart.
Why is it just basketball? I think I could come with my dick right now if I wanted to.
Let's see you try. Fuck you.
That's actually got me fucking hard a little bit. Just your attitude. That's what's going on, little buddy. You look all sad over there. What's got you down today? What's wrong with Fez?
This shouldn't be a bad thing.
This is the little problem that you just had with Shelby. Everybody was gliding along. It was fun.
And then I opened my mouth.
About what?
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers that I thought we had just said, but I guess I was wrong.
No, I said it. I was just fucking with you. I said Tampa Bay Bucks. He was the one who fucked up. I did it as a fucking joke.
Oh, if it goes wrong, I just assume that I heard it wrong.
What happens when you assume? What are you doing, Chris?
Just laughing my balls off in here.
You know I meant the Tampa Bay Bucks, right?
Because they're terrible fucking alarm clock uniforms.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucked up.
Yes, you fucked
Now
up.
you realize?
Well, I think of Bucks.
I was going to let you guys work it out. I wasn't going to have anything to do with it. I thought it was fucking hysterical. And I liked the way that you guys started having an argument that would get clippier and clippier and shorter and longer dead air in between.
When you said it, I remember thinking, well, I don't think their jerseys are really the problem. They look okay.
You live in a world of fucking idiocism. But those two guys have interrupted you again and left you on the back pages.
Well, I know in my apartment, maybe I'm the one who should start looking at Brooklyn. Because the construction still going on in my building, this shouldn't be a bad thing. But for the first time, a man has seen me naked. Where I was in the shower, it was getting pretty steamy, and
jerking off, you mean?
No,
rubbing your asshole.
Literally steamy. And I opened the little bathroom window to let some of the steam out. There was a man on my fire escape outside the window. and staring back in. Apparently, he was on his way up to the roof for the non-stop construction that goes on in my building. Mm-hmm. And even though it was like a little window, and I doubt if he saw anything, it still felt like I was out on the fire escape completely naked.
What do you care? How's it any different than if you were in a locker room and a guy walked by?
Well, then I would at least know I was in a locker room, and I would come to expect that to happen.
Did that dude like what he saw?
Well, I think he said "excuse me" in some sort of foreign language.
Oh, come on.
Maybe he said, "Squeeze me."
Baking powder.
And then he was still working, and he was on the fire escape using some ropes to haul some stuff up to the roof.
All right. So Fez Watley meeting people, getting out there naked.
And you invite him in.
I didn't get his name, but he has seen me naked at this point.
Invite him in.
So I guess that's progress.
Fez, right now you sound like when someone's grandmother is worried that they're being looked at. You know what I mean? When you just want to say to you, no one's going to rape you, Grandma. Trust me on this one.
No, they're always waiting out there.
Do you ever see that thing, like you'll read this horrible story, 84-year-old gets raped, and you're like, this proves that rape isn't a sex crime. Because you know how many other women you could get to before you get to the 84-year-olds.
Less effort there.
Jesus, Shelby.
Shelby, you're so fucking disgusting.
Fact.
What do you think it'd be easier?
I know it's fact. That sounds like a fucking plotter and a planner that would come up with that kind of logic.
No, that's too much effort for me.
You look like fucking Ted Bundy in a stupid little hat.
Thank you.
If I had to make up a nickname for you, be thick-lipped Ted Bundy. The old lady rapist.
How about just TLB?
And Fez, when the fucking person walked by, did you fucking squeal and put your hands over your nuts? You should have stuck your fucking dick out the window and said, look at this thing, never before touched.
Like looking through windows?
I think I covered my nipples before my balls.
Those fucking pie plates, you couldn't cover them. You couldn't cover your nipples if you had 2 trash can lids. What happened? How did your nipples get so stretched out?
I have no idea, because I don't believe I come from big nippled people.
You play with them a lot?
Your sister's got big nipples.
Now
I know that.
I don't know
and
that.
inverted.
But how do you? I don't know it.
You saw her naked before.
I saw her naked in the woods one time.
What was she doing
But a
in the
lot of
woods?
that was
Fucking
having
a skunk.
Nice.
Sucking a skunk's dick.
Catching that dirt.
doing a member of the football team.
She coming up for your birthday?
No.
Why not? She wanted to. She knows she texted over to us. That she wanted to get together.
Oh.
I felt bad about it because you had already said you don't want to.
No, I put the kibosh on that.
How'd she take it?
Just, a very quick text back of, all right, let me know when it's good.
She was like dying to come, she said. She really needed to. Wow.
She just needs to tell you something in person.
I'll tell you what she wanted to fucking do, talking to that side dick. That's her whole fucking scene.
Get some.
Some Yankee dick.
Get. Maybe she ended up like her fucking daughter disappearing that night that you were supposed to keep an eye on her. You found out she was in a fucking dive bar in Times Square.
She was above fucking Shelby's apartment.
Yeah.
Out in the night singing with a band.
Oh, yeah. And singing with the band. The fucking first song ever written.
Skin flute. Playing that skin flute.
That's disgusting.
2 Haitian guys selling CDs.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
How do
As
you
long
even
as
put
it's
up...
not DVDs. I said as long as it's not DVDs. You don't get the comprehension
Okay, well, not.
of a video of my niece out there?
But the guys are like hollering out, yo, girl, where you from?
Where's that racist thing come from?
Deep-seated anger.
Short, clippy fights with dead air in between. It's Shelby and Fez. It's Shelby and Fez. Come on, let's get it. Let's get the short, clippy fights with dead air in. That's my favorite fucking thing now.
Did you say Clippy or Lippy?
It's Lippy. I think we all know who you're referring to.
Yeah, you.
Mustaches.
By choice.
Not for me. It's going nowhere.
Well, so if you want to call two hairs a mustache, sure.
Short, clippy fights with dead air in between. It's Shelby and Fez. This could be like a new fucking cartoon for Adult Swim. It's just these little clippy fights, but in these long pauses. Who would you take in the fight, Chris?
In a clip fight or a fist fight?
Clip. If you want to, we'll have a fucking clip fight after school.
That's more of a grunt fight.
Shelby, you think you're up for it, or you worry?
A clip fight?
Yeah.
Sure.
This is me and Chris trying to do our own clip fights. You're the one who drinks.
I don't drink that much.
I saw you.
That was water, not vodka.
Water and whiskey.
You're a water and whiskey.
You probably think I'm your drink.
No.
I know I'm not water or whiskey, or you'd be downing me right now.
That's supposed to say I'm gay?
I'm saying your parents died.
You're a dick.
Come on, let's get a clip fight going. Clip fight. Retard clip fight. Let's go.
Clip fight.
Nice shirt.
Nice gland.
It's a tumor.
Oh, something at least on you is growing.
Hormone disorder.
Leave your mom out of it.
She's a nice woman.
How? She gave birth to you.
She was doing a lot of messed up drugs.
One of them must have been lip gloss.
It's a salve.
It was the salve day you were born.
Wordplay.
Dick play.
Myself, listen to those people fuck upstairs.
At least you heard what it sounds like now.
I was so
Got it. I won.
I couldn't wait till we got there. I think we got a hit on our hands, kids. We automate this. Short clippy fight should be something that we start going for.
The first rule of Clip Fight Club is do not fucking
Do
form a
not
whole
say
sentence.
more than one sentence. It's 8 syllables or under. These guys, seriously, you could put these guys, they could have a long, uncomfortable pause on a vine. That's how little they're willing to fill up.
Fill you up.
With your own dick.
That makes you gay.
You're the ass to mouth guy.
That's an actual money teller machine. I'll take that as a compliment.
Compliment or a complaint?
You heard me, compliment.
Or complaint?
Definitely a compliment, though.
Complaint?
Comp.
Come on, let's have a clip fight, boys. Clip fight.
Go ahead, start.
That's my witty. Walt Whitman in the house. Well, hello. And welcome to Clip Fights. It's Shelby against Fez. They're both awkwardly walking to the ring right now in short, stuttered steps. Each of them making a face like someone farted under their nose. All right, we got to take a break here, don't we, Clip Fighters? I want you guys to shake hands, though.
Good game.
Shake hands.
I just wanted to destroy a whole paragraph.
I'm going to give you both a 5, right down the middle. I'm proud of you both.
Put those together to 10.
He can do math.
You can too, apparently.
I did it first.
God. Cringe. All right, that's the end of the round. Each go back to your corners.
Got me, Mick.
Clip me, Mick. Clip me. We're going to break and be right back. It's the Ron and Fez Show. Sick?
I think it's just that I'm not getting enough sleep, really. I've got to be honest.
You want me to come over and rock you to sleep every night? When I can't make it, I'll send Chris over, and some nights Fez.
Just send Chris over every time.
Oh, you're worried about Fez?
This is weird.
Chris is the one we have to worry about touching children.
Why is this getting passed around on the show every goddamn day now?
He has a cradling embrace.
Now, Chris, let's not make this about you. It's about Shelby. Are you afraid of your new apartment? Is it scary there?
It's not, like, scary. Well, like, the other night it was about 2 a.m., and I'm trying to get to sleep. And,
I'm going to say something right now.
Yeah.
I think audio, hearing people have sex, is much sexier than seeing them have sex.
Hold on a minute. What is that?
I would go so far as this. All porns should just be CDs. They should not be DVDs. They should just be audio. Because then your mind can go, and you can imagine it to be much more enjoyable, and you're not looking at a guy's balls flopping back and forth.
Yeah.
You, my friend, and you get to see this girl in the laundry room. So your life should be fucking gold right now.
I wish there was a laundry room. I have to walk a couple of blocks.
Oh, you're one of those guys? See, that's enough to keep me out of any building.
I hear the very familiar, you can't mistake it, people fucking. And it sounded like more than one person, at least 3, maybe 4. And it's like really loud. Like this girl's loving it.
Have you seen her before?
Yeah, I think I've seen her before. I mean, she's okay looking, but the sound of it was really hot.
But she sounds like she can really have sex.
I've heard, if they're obviously play it up if you're watching a porno. This sounded like those people would tell her to tone it down a bit. Like
Ron and Fez on Raw Dog, Sirius XM Comedy Hits, Channel 99.
It's the Ron and Fez Show. And our phone number is 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. We are the Ron and Fez Show. Shelby, you always look like shit on a daily basis these days. What's wrong with you? It's not going to be walking down the street with a fucking bag like an idiot.
And it sounded hot. But then after like 15 minutes, she was like still going. And I was like, it got to be at the point where it's like I wanted to go up there, not even to join in, but just to see how the hell what kind of machine do they have right here?
All right, this is the thing. Here's what happened to you, Shelby. A, you lost any enjoyment factor once you busted that little nut of yours. B, fucking for 15 minutes is not exactly stud stuff.
Marathon session, Ron.
She was at peak. I swear she had to been orgasming for 15 minutes.
Dude, you got to get us pictures of this.